So, what?
Stop making noise.
Sorry. I had to go for that.
Did you wash your hands?
Yeah. Yeah. Right, let's go. I'm going to turn my comments off, so if you need to speak, go inside. Right, hold on. I've never done this before, so I don't know. Yeah. Comments. Right, they're off. I don't know.
By the door?
Yeah.
Oh, that's better. You can see us now.
See you both now.
Right. Lego.
You good to go?
Yeah.
Covered in dog hair.
I feel like I've released that one out.
Do you feel a stone lighter?
I feel a 10-ton lighter. We went for an Indian yesterday, and it was that lovely. We just wanted to get home, so we brung it home, doggy bagged it, warmed it back up again. Boom, flushed me straight through. Did not good. Right then, let's go. Fire away.
Let's go. Right. So if we start with your earliest childhood memory, what do you remember the most about your childhood?
Falling off the back of my dad's Jeep while cleaning it straight into the bucket, and I landed in the bucket as well.
Oh no! Did you hurt yourself?
I can't remember, but that's what I can remember. Just falling off. I can't remember the pain. I just remember falling off the back of the Jeep, off the ladders into the bucket, and landing it arse first.
Oh my god!
My arse was like a dart into a dartboard.
Did you get stuck? I'm assuming.
No, I went into the bucket and then fell over, but I was only like 7, 8.
Oh.
It's one of them things that you can't really remember your child. I wouldn't sit there at one point and go like, when I was 5, this, that, and the other. Like that'd be probably what I remember sitting in the back of the Jeep as well, smashing my head open because me and my sister were fighting. I mean, Asda car park. My mum's in Asda. I remember walking into Asda with a cut open head, and my head was just bleeding and gushing out. It was nuts, absolutely crazy.
So what, did your sister punch you? Is that why you cut your head open?
No, in the back of the Jeep. You know, like the railings on the chair when you pull it back.
Yeah.
I fell into the footwell and smashed me head on that. So I was walking into Asda like this with fucking just blood like pouring out and pissing at my head.
I bet your sister was shitting herself, wasn't she? Going, weren't me.
No, she was just sitting there and just fucking going.
So you would have said you had done it.
Yeah, she was like proper just shitting herself. Like she didn't know what to do. So we was walking through Asda. I'm trying to find my mum over the tannoy. It's Debbie in the shop. I've got your 2 children here. Could you please come to check out? And that was that.
One's nearly dying because he's bleeding from the head.
And one's here sitting here crying.
Oh, bless her.
Oh yeah, it was a bit of a. To be fair, then there's not really much that I can sit there and go, bang. That's what I remember. You know what I mean?
Yeah. But was it a happy childhood?
Oh, 100%. Always
Yeah.
got, not like in a sport way, but like we never went without or anything like that. We always either worked for what we had, which is why we're like we are now, or work for what we wanted. So say if like there was something you wanted or whatever, that's how you'd get it. You know what I mean? Yeah. Go out, work, or do chores or some shit to like get the money to do it. So
you weren't just handed it?
No, never ever was he handed it. A lot of people would say we are, but like we come from nothing, so we know how to deal with something. If you know, if like you kind of catch my drift on that.
Yeah.
So,
and what's your biggest fear?
I don't know.
Well,
I wouldn't say spiders is my biggest. Well, I wouldn't say spiders is my biggest. I would probably say jumping out of an aeroplane and my parachute not working.
Is it likely though that you're going to jump out of an aeroplane?
I would love to do it. I've said this to Elle. I said I want to do it, but I think what would happen is I'd get up there and then I'd shit.
But you'd have to do it if you told Elle, because she's going to think you're a wimp otherwise.
Yeah, no, she'd be all right. Because I think
I think I would if I was up there.
Nah, yeah. She wouldn't. To be fair, though, I don't think you get a choice, though, do you, Lynn? Because they were on the back of you, so they fucking push you out, the fuckers.
They jump out with you, yeah.
Oh,
Yeah.
no, don't do that.
Oh,
that.
come on.
Nah,
So
not
it
a
goes
chance.
jumping out of the plane, no parachute to spiders, yeah?
Yeah. And I'd probably say, like,
I'm gonna tend to the dogs.
okay, I would say, like, as well, like, drinking something. Right,
Drinking
bleach. That's a fear.
You just don't do it.
Yeah, yeah. What? No.
Or something.
I understand. Yeah, right, carry on. Go on. I'm just getting told off about the questions, like.
Good. So what was school like for you? Were you popular? Were you
Yeah,
along?
I was one of the popular kids, and then like everyone knew me and stuff like that, and then it started to go downhill when I left and started doing what I wanted to do, and everyone sort of distanced themselves and stuff like that. So yeah, sort of just I kept myself to myself. So in school, popular, everyone liked me, blah blah blah. And then certain things happened, like with past relationships and people just sort of steering away from other things, which then obviously led to me keeping my circle closer and smaller and stuff like that.
Yeah.
So
Sarah says, who hasn't got a fear of drinking bleach?
Woody,
I'm trying to say.
Woody, in there.
Woody.
This is my sister, Lachlan.
Oh my God.
And
I was just about to touch the screen.
no, don't.
Like I
He's
could
been a-
touch it.
He's been a little shit. I'm looking after them because they're on holiday.
But I wouldn't melt.
Jessie on the other hand, the other beauty,
Is that the white one? Was it a white one?
white one,
Yeah.
gorgeous.
Proper cute. So what, from like your childhood, teenage to adult, I think I know what your adult would be, but what would be your proudest moments, just if you can remember?
Probably playing for England.
What football?
Rugby. 18.
Really?
Yeah, 18. I went into the trial with dislocated shoulder. And like as a kid, you always grow up and want to wear an England shirt and stuff like that, one that you didn't buy. And then, and yeah, we're actually doing it's like another thing.
Yeah.
Like obviously my dad was my coach the whole way through, and there was always that thing where like the coach's son or whatever, and it was good to actually prove it in other ways to how you got there.
Yeah.
But I got there, it's like, is this it? Like, and that's why I sort of slowed down on playing and wanted to move on to something else, because it was just like, is this it? Like, blah, blah, they could go further and do this and that and the other. But like, yeah, that would be probably my proudest moment. Seeing my dad's face as well. Seeing my dad's face like playing as well, it was nuts, fucking nuts.
Yeah. And how long did you do it for?
Night that I got my shirt, the night that like we'd done a presentation the day before, they read out all the team and stuff like that. And yeah, going through it. So I went into the trial with a dislocated shoulder. I'd done half an hour of the trial, got in on that, and then it was me and one other fullback that was playing like basically 1-on-1. So every person around who it was, you had literally one person watching you, but we had two people watching me and this other fullback just battle it off in the trial. And yeah, it was just nuts. And then obviously he got the call over there, and then I went see you later, and then I was in. On the end of the week's camp, we then done the Friday, got my shirt, and then my dad and that were just bawling their eyes out. It was nuts.
Oh.
So yeah, it was that's probably my proudest moment. That.
So it was more. Would you say it was more making your dad proud?
Yeah, 100%.
Yeah.
It was always like, it was one of them things where, like, you don't know you're that good until someone else recognises it. It's all right sitting there saying like you're good, blah 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 blah. But when you actually hear it from higher power and you start getting higher and higher up in the ranks, it was nice to hear it from someone else.
Yeah.
And I think for me, that the realisation that like other people could see it as well. So yeah, pretty much.
Oh, that's awesome. Sarah said, did kids judge you at school for your shit accent?
Oh?
Sarah Beecham.
So they can fuck off.
Is that a no then?
And speaking of that though, I've done a whole Wizard of Oz performance with an Australian accent.
How?
Because I'm a fucking genius, Lynn, that's why.
Now you're gonna have to give us a.
Well, no,
Go on,
right.
act it out. Go
Hold
on.
on, because no, because it was to be fair, my Australian accent's more South African.
Oh God.
Yeah. So it was me and the girl that I was with at the time. We were both the wizards, but I was an Australian one for some reason. Don't ask me why. And like, I was proper into drama and stuff at school, and I think anyone that's sort of in the industry that obviously I'm in, or like anyone around it's been through the drama industry where you're playing up and stuff like that. But yeah, I've done an Australian accent, so Beecham can fuck right off.
She said no, he's shit accident and he's shorts.
Give her one of them.
So come on, act out a scene for us.
No, I can't do that right now. I need
Come
to.
on,
I haven't
the
done my
people want to hear it.
I've...
The people
No,
need to hear it.
I'm not Ben Rantz today. I told you this the other day.
We'll just go into Ben Rantz for a couple of minutes.
Fuck it, nah, I can't. I'll start with myself, and then I'll run laughing, and that'll end me.
Look, we've got them all saying, "Do it, do it, do it."
I can't see him in here, so good luck.
Oh, we'll get to hear it before the end of the night.
Yeah, maybe if we get into it and it's rolling, I will.
Well, okay. Well, I'm hurt. I thought we were friends. What would you say your 5-year plan is? What are your plans?
5 year, move out, get Stay Nelson bigger, finally fucking hit 100k, because there's all these other pricks on this app that shit, and they're going, woo! Everyone knows who I am. Everyone knows who I am. And everyone goes, oh, look, it's Ben Rantz. Or that I go in people's live in, and they go, that's not Ben Rantz. He's only got 70k. I'm thinking, hold on a fucking minute. Hold on. It's because I keep fucking getting banned on all of them. So
I was going to say, surely over like the amount of profiles you've got to have got 100k somewhere.
over all the profiles, I reckon I've got nearly 200k. I've got 22 on Ben Rantz backup. I've got 13 on. How many have I got on this?
Just under 13, I think, isn't it?
Just under 13 on Ben Rantz 2. I've got 4k. Like, so it adds up. But yeah, I mean, 5-year plans. Obviously, getting a house, getting a buy to rent, which is obviously in the process. Making Stay Nelson bigger. That's all I've got, really, to be quite honest with you.
Yeah. Mickey just wants to know.
Seeing where we go with and stuff like that. So that'll just take its toll.
Because how old are you?
22.
You're a baby.
How old are you? By that face?
I thought he was like 30.
30? I shaved my beard for you, Lynn.
I'm sorry.
So younger. I look like a baby now, though, don't I?
You look a lot younger now. You don't look a day over. You don't look a day over 21.
I'm gonna have to change the angle now, though.
Oh yeah, see,
No,
definitely like a teenager. Mickey wants to know more about the story of you shitting your pants.
Right, okay. I've told this one before. So I was walking to school, and that's what this is. The reason this story is a funny one is because I had in my bio for about, I think it was about like fucking 3 days or something like that. I'd never trust a fart because it might be a shark. Right? So my house, Lynn, from my school is probably about, I don't know, probably about a mile walk, if that. Yeah. I'm walking to school. I'm early at this point. Early for school. So I'm closer to my house than I am the school. So I'm walking to school. I fart. At this point, I didn't know I had IBS and stuff like that. So I farted and I sharted. So I thought, oh, fuck, I can feel it proper, but I need to get to school. So I'm early. So I could have turned back closer to home, right? And go and change. Did I fuck? I thought, the smart person that I am, I thought, oh, I've got my PE shorts with me, ain't I? Don't you worry about that. So I've gone into the toilet, took me boxers off, put me shitty boxers in me PE bag, put me shorts on as boxers. There's me going, smart. I'm smart here, right? Not realising that my 5th lesson of that day was PE. Oh, right. The school shorts were baggy basketball ones. So my fucking tripod, not tripod, that was a bit of an exaggeration.
Twig.
Party sausage.
My party sausage pies were in my basketball shorts playing badminton. So my knob in these shorts were out and they were partially see-through as well. You know, the ones with dotty holes. There. So there's me carrying around my shitty boxers all day through school. No one could smell it. That was all good. But so yeah, that was that shitty story. And now that's all over. That's all over the web. Hold on, one sec. It's getting a bit hectic.
Oh fucking hell! Oh Jesus!
Right, continue.
I've completely lost track now.
No, well, no. Who wanted to hear about it?
Mickey.
Right, Nick, I've got the story now, mate. So people learn from it. Never trust a fart because it might be a shark.
I'm going to live by that now.
You got to, Lynn. You got to. Because if you're out in public and you think it's going to be a fart, it ends up a bit wet. Goner.
Go home.
But make sure
Don't go
you've
to
got
school.
your lifesaver.
And how old were you when this happened?
So I would say at this point I was quite smart. I was about 14. But the funny bit about it, Lynn, was the fact that I thought I was so fucking smart as well. Not realising I was 2 minutes from my front door and 8 minutes from school. Right? I went in the toilet and went, oh, I'm so fucking clever, I am. So clever. Why did I, if I didn't have PE that day, why did I have my PE bag? Is what should have gone through my head. Knowing I'm the commando when I'm doing PE. Yeah, don't worry about it.
Mickey said, thanks for that.
You needed it, Mick, and you know what I'm like, mate.
Sorry.
Had to be done.
Right. So is that the only shit story you've got? No one else is going to pop up and be like, ask him about this.
Right, continue with the questions. Don't ask any more in there. Some people do know shit.
Right, I need all the dirt, please. Oh, fuck that. I did not expect that.
You'll get some questions that might throw you off.
Oh, Paul just went, there's more. Tell me.
No. Right, continue with your questions then. Your ones are nicer.
So my next question is, what's your next shit story? He's going to hate me by the end of this.
No, some people might turn off at this one, but being a rugby lad, there's a lot of shit stories as you could probably imagine. So we're
Oh, for fuck's sake. This is not going to plan.
right. Okay. No, we'll move on. I'm not talking about shit because it's gonna make me go.
You haven't already.
Oh, fuck me. Right.
Oh my god. Back in the room.
Right, Lynn, compose yourself.
It's you. Right. Professional. Yeah, thanks for that, Mickey. Can I have the story about the Hoover? No. Do you like Henry or Hetty?
Right, the story about the Hoover is the same one, right? So they're both at college. The initiation is you had to put your knob in the Hoover to get into the room. That's it. That's it. While the Hoover was on. So you got a blozzer from a Henry to get into the room.
Was it the best one you've ever had, though?
Huh?
Was it the best one you've ever had, though?
No.
From a non-human.
She went like this.
Oh, she's got you well trained.
The bang, she said, oh, you know.
Bless her. Oh my god. So. So
Stop in a minute.
What were you like as a teenager? Doing
Full of
what?
shit.
Literally.
No, I was a little shit, I think. I sort of calmed down. I just stopped being a little twat.
In what way?
No, I just stopped thinking I was the bollocks. Well, I still think I'm the bollocks now, but Ben Rantz is sort of like, I'd say like a younger version when I was like back in the day.
Mm.
And I thought that like I took shit for like granted and stuff like that. I didn't really take care, and like I took things for granted and didn't. I was young, basically. That's what you can say. I was just like any other normal kid. I was a bit of a shit. I thought I was a fucking badass, and then I was a little bit.
Trouble.
Yeah, not really. I wouldn't say like proper cause trouble, but I say like nicking dust caps and stuff like that back in the day. Thought you was a proper fucking hard nut, and then sort of grew up when you realise that when you step into the real world, basically, and you start paying bills and shit, that's when it starts getting a little bit like you start realising a few things.
Yeah. Yeah.
So yeah.
What was the worst thing you've ever had to drink?
Who the fuck has asked that side?
Sarah.
Called fucking as and all.
God.
What? You know what it is. Yeah. Probably piss.
You can't just say that and look at me like, move on.
No.
Why?
No. Basically, you had either sick, shit, or piss. You had to play a game to see what one you got, and I got piss.
I think that's probably the lesser of three evils.
Would have been worse.
That is, oh no way. What? Who plays these games with you?
Hold on, don't look. If there's any rugby people in that side, you will understand. If it's what I say to people that are not on TikTok. Like, if you're not on TikTok, you won't understand. If it's not your job, if it's not what you do, you won't understand the whole world that it involves. It's like people outside of rugby. If you don't know what goes on in a rugby changing room, don't try and understand it.
Yeah.
So,
Sarah says, is that your final answer?
There's a saying in the rugby world: it's not gay, it's rugby. We'll put that there.
Ask no more questions. Is that your final answer? Sarah said.
Yes.
Come on, Sarah, spill.
No, fuck it. I told you, Lynn, don't take any more questions from her.
So, is there anything that's happened either for your childhood or your adult life that really affected you?
The loss of me nan and granddad, probably.
Yeah. How did it affect you?
One that was the fuck up. Oh, fuck. Yeah, proper.
In what way?
Like, literally, where it was like, at the time that it was all going on, like, everything was like shit and whatever. It's like I didn't grieve properly while it was going on. Mm-hmm. And then like it was only after that it started catching me up and stuff, and then I started doing all my charity work and stuff like that to try and build up because of that. And then that just sort of led me like down a garden path where I just weren't happy, weren't really pleasing myself, and then it went a bit downhill from there, to be quite honest with you.
Yeah. In what kind of way?
Uh,
Downhill how?
huh?
Downhill how?
Or it led to a deep dark path. Yeah.
Such as? What was included in this deep dark path?
There was just deep thoughts cancelling, a lot of forests involved. It's one of them things that you get over and you move forward from it. And I feel like helping people now and seeing like the help that it does and the loneliness and stuff like that you see out the side of it. But if it weren't for the people around me and stuff at the time, then I wouldn't be where I am now. Like there's a phase that I went past, obviously, like a couple of months back. But yeah, it's just you're over it now and you move on from it. But yeah, all blessed.
So have you got over it, or have you just sort of?
No. 100%. I'm like so different. Like going out, like seeing everyone and going to do stuff, and like cancelling helps. Like if there's anyone out there that obviously has gone through certain shit and stuff like that, you will understand that. Like if you're going through something or whatever, the best advice I could do is talk to someone that's out of the situation and go and get help from other people that don't have any loyalty to you and don't have any insight on the situation. So that's just my honest. This isn't me for a minute. This is talking to anyone that's involved in here now. If you're going through something, go and speak to someone outside of it because it fucking helps.
Yeah. And did it was obviously it wasn't done over a short period of time. It's not something that you can get over overnight.
No.
How long did it sort of take you?
3 months. Well, it was the fact that like in the January it started to go downhill. My mum was asking, everyone was asking how are you, blah 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 blah. They didn't know. And then in the March is when they found out because I went and got pissed out, drove my car, fucking everything. Yeah. It was fucked. But
we will touch back on that in a minute.
Go on.
Who would you say is your rock and why?
My old girl. Oh, absolute diamond, mate, she is. Absolute diamond. With my mum, I wouldn't be able to do anything. Literally. I'm a mummy's boy, I will tell you.
Nothing wrong with that.
No, I am.
Absolutely nothing wrong with that.
And to be fair, she is at some point. She does put up with some shit. She is.
I don't doubt that for a second.
No, mate. Right, she makes me happy.
So, how old were you? Did you say when you lost your grandparents?
I was 18. 18.
Not that long ago.
No. So I lost my granddad before I lost my nan. And then 18. And then 2019. 2019? Yeah, 2019 was the attempted, and then
Yeah.
So yeah, it was a bit shit.
But you've come out the other side.
Oh yeah, 100%. 100%. I wouldn't say tablets help. Anyone that's in it, tablets don't help. Fucking go and see someone. Because they're worse than sometimes even being fucking, aren't they? They're worse than being sometimes even fucking. No, I'm just saying. They're worse than sometimes even being in the fucking state that you're in. So
did you find the counselling off your own back, or did people have to tell you to go?
No, I went. Basically, my mum was basically saying, "Why don't you go and see a counsellor?" Blah 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 blah. And then I went private with it because the wait time was fucking mental. So the reason why certain shit goes on, but I think that the counselling was just brilliant. Found it privately. She's lovely, and everything. It was just good.
Yeah. So at what point did you think, right, enough's enough? I need to go and get some.
My mum pushed and seeing the people around me start and then it was a time I was sitting there and my mates turned up and sort of said like fucking like this needs to fucking sort itself out. So yeah.
So it's people like that you need though, isn't it?
Oh, 100%. Like the time at the time It was the fact that I felt like when you're in that sort of state of mind, you feel like you've got no one, you don't feel like anything, blah 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 blah, and then to have two people turn up who you thought you were losing is like one of the best feelings that you could ever possibly have, and knowing like people that are sitting there going, I'm alone, blah 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 blah, you ain't at all.
Yeah, there's always someone to listen.
Oh yeah. Trying to find. Go on, carry on.
What made you? No, actually, before we do that, what is Stay Nelson?
What is Stay Nelson? Oh, what? Oh, okay. Right, Stay. Like it started when I was on TikTok about just being yourself, because there's certain things that like you go through in life where you change to be someone else that you're not, to try and please people, make people happy. And I went through a lot of that, trying to please people, trying to do other things to make other people happy. And I think that's what sort of led me down the road that I was going on, rather than the fact that I wanted to do what I wanted to do.
Yeah.
And it goes back to being like popular at school. You've done certain things to act like something that you wasn't, to be in the position that you are. But it just goes to show that you can be who you want to be and have people like you as well. And it's almost if people don't like you for who you are and what you want to do, as long as you are happy, don't give a fuck what anyone else has got to say. And that's basically what it stands for. So that sort of just helped me get through my life, and now it's helping other people to do what they want to do.
Yeah.
So yeah, and it's sprung like an amazing group of people together, and I never thought me wearing one jumper for what I wanted to do would be where it is right now. So there's over 8,248 jumpers out there. Yeah. And it's got 15 point something million views on the hashtag, and I don't even use it. So it's not me. It's not Ben Rantz. It's not anything to do with me. It's about a way of life and a way that you should act and the way you should be, because that's what's going to make people. Because if you read into it, it's a lot of mind games, and the fact that like, yes, making people happy does make you happy, but there's only a certain amount of point before you have to look at yourself and make you happy, and that's what happened to me.
I need a tape of you. Just giving me positive thoughts.
Listen, you should see me in the morning. She gets up. She's not a morning person. I'll wake up and I'm fucking full of beans.
Oh my god. Pick him out.
I don't speak to her first hour.
She don't speak to me. She sits.
Yeah, I'll be like that too.
I to ask her whether she wants breakfast, Lee. I went, do you want breakfast, babe? She goes, nope. She don't even reply. She goes, and then it'll get to a point at 11 o'clock. She'll go, you all right, babe? How are you? What?
But you've learned to leave her for that first hour, so that's good.
Yeah, in the mornings I let her text me, because if I text her and it's not the reply that I wanted, I'll be like, you got the
Oh dear.
Yeah.
With obviously Stay Nelson, how did you come to meet like Fat Tanker and all the people that are now involved in it? Because it's grown, isn't it?
Yeah, so it's like the people that just had my back really and just wanted to be there like for me and be a part of it and wanted to help out and wanted to do their bit are the people that influenced the most, like Bex 400, followed me for a long time, Cheza, Tanker, and it's just the fact you start talking to people and just start getting to know them, and then you then get involved with like them closer on a personal level. And then obviously she's pointing at her, but that word about the question of so they've just sort of like got to speaking to them and started talking to them, and then they started like getting involved more. And I just said, right, we're going to lay out positions in like all the mods now have got jobs, everyone's got a role. So instead of this just being like, this is what I wanted to be about the people, rather than, because there's people who don't even like me wear the stuff.
Yeah.
That you're not buying into Ben Rantz, and this is what people misconstrued about the fact of merchandise. They go, Ben, you're mugging people off for doing merchandise, yeah. But what you've got to realise is that was my job before TikTok. I've now turned TikTok into my job, and it's like, you know what I mean? Yeah.
Yeah. Do you think it'd have had the same effect if it had your name on it, like Ben Rantz?
Oh, I did that to show, like, if I wouldn't have done, and this is what people need to misconstrue as well, is the fact that I done my face on stuff. I done the Ben Rantz logo with the stuff. But what people don't understand is, without me doing the Ben Rantz stuff with my face on it, I now wouldn't be me and my family wouldn't be in the position that we are now if I wouldn't have put my face on a t-shirt right then and would have stuck and been proud. Yeah. And at the time that I did that, people got to understand, through the pandemic and stuff like that, businesses like mine that does trophies and shit like that would have fucking died. That's about putting shit on the table for my family, and that's about looking after number one first. So without me putting my face on a t-shirt, you wouldn't have the likes of Hutch, Rich, likes of Dan Spragg, AJ Jarrett for a time, Coatsy. You wouldn't have all them TikTokers trying to come on to me. Now there's a waiting list to get on to do merch with me, because people want me rather than I wanting them. Yeah. A lot of people, there's a lot of people when the businesses both, obviously I lost mine, but when the businesses both started going downhill, it was the fact that we had to do something to get us out of there. That's what it did, and now that's saved us, and that's now where we are now. So, there's certain risks that you have to take, and that was one of them, really.
Yeah. So you said you were doing it before TikTok. So did TikTok help boost it massively, or was it just like a bit of an extra?
Nelson one, but obviously the t-shirt printing and embroidery we was doing before. But it's just the fact that, like, doing your own clothing brand and doing stuff with a meaning and doing stuff that comes from here rather than up here and stuff like that, it's just nuts, like crazy.
Yeah. And is it just your stuff you do, or if someone was to come to you and be like, right, I want to start my own merch line?
Anyone. So obviously before, it was just like companies, workwear, people coming in and doing that. And then obviously with the TikToker side, they get their own shop and shit like that, and people come on board, done that. They get obviously their cut, we get our cut, and then jobs are good.
Simmy's saying she's so proud of you.
Who?
Simmy Rob.
Simone and Pumbaa.
Oh.
But time she come into my live link, I went, oh my god, Simone and Pumbaa.
And it's stuck.
Dickhead.
Oh. I remember the first time I came into one of your lives, I got blocked and muted straight away. I was like, bitch.
That was back in the day though, weren't it?
It was like right at the start. I was like, oh, he thinks a lot of himself.
Brutal bastard back then. And sometimes I wish that I could be like that now more, but obviously you get monetized and stuff on what you say, so you can't. Sometimes you can't be too. And it's like you can see the change, and when it started to, yeah, you can't. So there's certain things you can and can't say without pushing boundaries. And yeah, I push the boundaries. As you can probably imagine, I push the boundaries enough. But
so you think you've grown up, do you? Or do you think you've just grown as a person, not mentally? Do you still think you're quite immature? I'm asking you.
No, I'm looking at her. I want to see her face on that. She'll be like, yeah, I mean, I'm mature up here, but I'm immature when I need to be.
Yeah.
Sometimes I take it a little bit too far, and right. But other times there's certain things that has to be said, and you got to say it. And sometimes, I mean, if everyone was mature all the time, life would be fucking boring.
Yeah, 100%.
If you did someone a cunt now and then, or you didn't do a backflip or try and do something as a kid, like when you was a kid, you'd go out, you try stuff, and then you deal with the consequences later. Sometimes you've got to have that fun to be. If you were constantly mature all the time, you'd be fucking boring. You know what I mean?
Because you've got to burn yourself to learn not to do it again.
Why is that funny, doing a backflip? Did you find that funny?
I did, because there was no way I'm backflipping anyway.
I've got to do a backflip. I ain't gonna fucking do that either. I know what you're like, Liv. Like, can you do a backflip, Ben? Can you?
Can you?
Right, go on.
Do you take Ben Rantz outside of TikTok, or is he literally just TikTok?
At the start, when it started to go like fucking mental, I'd say yeah. Like that, like if it weren't for my family, her, or like my friends sitting there going, "That ain't you. Don't be like that around us." Like, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Then I'd sort of think it'd go to my head, but they humble me anyway. They fucking put me in my place. She mugs me off anytime, all the time. My family do, my friends do. And to be quite honest with you, all the Stay Nelson lot do as well. So I'd say no, and I'd say when I need to be. Like if there's a big group of people, it's the fact that you put that guard up and you're Ben Rantz and you're like, yeah, fucking meh, meh, meh. But like Ben Norfield comes out, like when we're sitting and we're watching a film or we're sitting in the car in a drive and I want to sit there and sing. You know what I mean? That's what I do.
Ben Rantz doesn't.
Ben Rantz don't sing. Well, he does a little bit.
So, how does Ben Rantz sing?
You sing and I'll do the lipping.
No, come on.
How does Ben sing?
Yeah, I want to hear him sing.
He just says, well, shut up, you dickhead, be quiet, fam, shut up. Like, he just does shit like that, and he does a bit of MC. He does a bit of MCing and shit as well.
Oh, okay.
So, yeah, I'm just... It's what it is.
OMG, but I hope my boy is even half the man Ben has turned out to be.
Hopefully he fingers as many birds as well.
For fuck's sake.
You have to chuck it in there sometimes, Lynn.
That's what she said.
To be fair, though, I did FaceTime Alfie, because they're on holiday at the minute, that's my nephew, and he was doing this, and then I said to him, what's he doing, right? He went, look, he's playing the guitar. So from this angle, it looked like he was doing this. Is that his hand was doing that?
And you're thinking, I've taught him well. I
was sitting there going, good boy. Now spit on it a little bit. Wait, I think Eddie's stuck. Hold on.
For fuck's sake.
What's the matter? Oh, she's stuck with the dogs. Hold on. Right, back, out. Right.
I'll be back in
Right, carry on then. Sorry.
I can't remember what I was going to ask you now. Oh, Jesus. Right, let me see if anyone's asked a question, because my question is just gone now. They put, that's Ben Rantz. That was from Paul. Where would you say your ideal holiday destination is? And have you been?
I'd say the Maldives, because I want to go in the one where they got the thing and you see the water.
Oh, yes.
Where you want to, or Bora Bora. Is it Bora Bora?
That's your question.
What's the in?
That's your question.
Bora Bora.
Bora Bora? Yeah, I've heard of it. Don't know what it is, where it is though.
Miss Quinn's got a house there. Where is
Dave? Dave Watson says hi, by the way.
Hello, Dave. No, what? No leg.
Yeah.
Bless him. Oh, he's a fucking nice guy. He is. He's quality.
I've never cried so much at someone's Q&A before.
Who?
Cried like a bitch. I did. I cried.
Who's?
Yeah. Dave Watson's.
Oh, mate, yeah, he's got a lot of fucking stories, hasn't he?
Cried like a bitch. So when are we going to the Maldives?
Well, I want to take her, and I also want to go. Well, what?
I'm coming too now.
What? You didn't like me at the start. I blocked her.
Yeah, you fucking did. You're
Uh,
still not following me, just saying.
on what? My main account?
Any of them?
I am. I'm following you on this one because you come in on my thing, didn't you?
Yeah, not my personal account though. Mm-hmm.
Whose account is it?
What?
That was your account, you liar.
You're not following me.
I am.
You're not.
I'll have to follow you after this. If
It's
you
all
get
right,
beg.
look. It's all right. Look, I know I'm not special enough to be Ben Rantz.
I will. I'll do it.
No, it's fine, honestly. Just follow me if you want to.
Please.
Please do it.
Oh, hashtag Stay Nelson if you do it. Right, go on, next question. Next question, Lee, go.
How long have you and does she prefer to be called Ellie?
She likes to be called Slosh.
Oh, piss off, it's Ellie.
Or Naughty Girl. What's the other one you like?
Ellie.
Slack. No, I'm joking. Ellie.
How long have you and Ellie been together?
Wait, to be fair, we don't know. We just take every day as it goes.
She started as a fan That's right, isn't it? She don't understand.
No, she don't like me saying that. She,
I liked you. in
no,
the
she
beginning.
quoted.
Oh no.
No, so she slid in me DMs. She slid in, well, so we had the conversation about this the other day driving home. I sat there and said, "Oh look, I probably played it cool. I didn't reply to you for like a day, right? Because I was trying to figure out whether she was a catfish or what was actually going on, what was her intentions." She pulled up the screenshot. It took me 1 minute to reply. Lynn, I sat there and I said to her, "Mate, I played it cool. It took me a couple of days to reply to you anyway."
I think it was 3:58 and you replied at 3:59.
Oh, to be fair though, I had game though, didn't I?
Yeah, so did I.
We both had game, and now we just sit here. Look, this is how we sit. We're like an old married couple who just would love to sit there. Like if there's something on the telly, we'll sit there and just go, "Oh, would you fucking look at that? Would you?" She's a bit of a slag. Like we'll sit here and have a full conversation about the film. Won't watch it. But yeah, it's yeah.
That's what old married couples do.
They just.
Is that what they do? Just sing up.
So is she the one?
I could see myself spending a long time, but yeah.
Kids?
Oh, they'd be ginger.
They'd be cute.
We were speaking about this. They'd be ginger.
But they'd be cute.
They would have.
Little
They'd have
gingers.
You can.
they'd have a big head and a big ego.
Yeah, not good match.
Yeah, not good match.
Bless them. But as long as they had her looks, it'd be fine.
That's it. I'm definitely not fucking following you now.
It's fine.
No, to be fair, I just hopefully they come out mixed race.
How's that going to work?
Oh, no, don't worry. Ignore that. Move on. Next question.
What's your reason to keep going every day?
My family. More of a family man. And like, because I want to be somewhere in life.
Yeah.
Who said it like Lee Evans? Someone said it like Lee Evans, your side.
Who said that?
Who said it?
I think she's
Someone
lying to you.
Sharon 51.
Right, Sharon, listen, love. I'll shit on your doorstep. In a good way.
In a good way.
Oh, she said in a good way.
Yeah.
I'll shit on it nicely then. I'll say thank you after.
He'll put some glitter on it.
I'll put glitter on it. I'll put it in the shape of a smiley face or something.
Mr. Whippy.
Just burn it up. Right, yeah. No, listen, it's just everyone sort of gets me going. Everyone gets me doing it. And I just want to be somewhere in life. So, I mean, fucking slacking, there's no choice. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And there's always people around pushing. And I'm not being funny when you've got a lot of people like message me and rely on like for loneliness and stuff like that.
Mm-hmm.
There's you wouldn't realise how much people have going on up here. The fact that they message and like, "Oh Ben, like, I'm really looking forward." Like when I don't go live, it's like you feel like you need to because of how many people rely on what it is.
Yeah.
But you got to take time out for yourself and do what you need to do. And yeah, that's what gets me going. Other people motivate me, and obviously doing well motivates me. So we're blessed.
And what do you think? Because obviously, as Mickey's Army, we're trying to promote like good mental health, and we're here if you need to talk. But we find as well that I don't know if you saw one of our videos that went through the roof. It was about male domestic violence, like them being the victim, and there was a lot of comments on there saying, you know, you should just get up and leave. You should just do this, do that, smack her, this, that, and the other. But we find that's part of the reason why men don't speak out. So how does it make you think that people be like, well, if it wasn't for you, I wouldn't have spoken out, or
there's a lot of obviously the being an ambassador for obviously men's mental health and stuff like that. The videos that we were talking about and doing and stuff like that. it was the fact that there's a contrast around men not speaking out because it is a bad thing to do. Men don't show emotion. The video I done the other day that went mental was about the fact that this geezer was coming at me, but you've got a pint in your hand, which means that you're insecure yourself. Most the people who start going at other people because they're insecure about themselves, you go up to someone about their looks, that means you're insecure about fucking something you're not.
Yeah.
Like someone will sit there and go, fucking hell, look at the state of your barnet. Yeah, because that's your barnet shit. You're worried about what you look like.
Yeah.
But people who are so outspoken and so in your face are the ones that have got the shit going on, and they're the ones that don't want to speak out because there is such a demand on like you trying to be someone you're not. And it goes back to the whole Stay Nelson thing about you're trying to be someone and not show emotion, because Ben Rantz is the person that I am on camera to show a guard up. When I'm with her, I'm soppy as fuck. But like, if you'd think that I'd fucking absolutely murder her and take the piss out of her and this and that. We do, but there's two sides to everyone, and everyone's got a guard, and that's the people that have shit going on. No one would know, because it's like Caroline Flack on social media. You don't know, like you don't know anything else and shit like that. Same goes for men, in the fact that you go down the pub, if you see a geezer sitting there crying and all these other geezers laughing, drinking, you look like the cunt. And there's a big wall of I need to be someone. I'm a man, I can't show emotion. I'm a woman. I'm this, that, and the other. And there's so many people that milk the shit out of it that people don't want to speak out because no one actually does help. And I think there's a contrast on men can't cry, and so many people have spoken out and used it that what's the fucking point, because I ain't gonna get help anyway. I'm just gonna make myself like an idiot.
It's weird, isn't it? Because like if a man doesn't cry, that's how they're meant to be. They're not meant to cry, according to certain people. But then when they do cry, you get other men calling them soft. We want to break that barrier now of it's okay for men to show their emotions. Yeah. And it's difficult.
The thing I don't get, especially with men, is the fact that like when you're with your mates and he can't tell you he loves you on the phone.
Yeah.
Or you're sitting there in the car and you can't tell your mum fucking like you love her or she's beautiful. In front of my mates, I'd be a soppy cunt to her. I was sitting at the pub yesterday, I told her I love her 3 times when I was on the phone with her. They're done. Because I'm not being funny. There gets a point, and this is deep. How deep this is. I would sit there, and every time I left the room, or not every time, but every time I was going out somewhere where there's a possibility of something happening, I was hug my mum and tell her she's beautiful and I love her. Because if I'll say to her, when I go out there, and she'll tell you this, that if we go somewhere, I sit there and go, you're not going to hug me? What about if I go out and get hit by a bus? That's the last thing you're going to be doing. So the thing about it is there's a whole like I'll sit with my mate and he'll whisper, because he'll think that obviously we're with the others, he'll go, love you, or he'll whisper to his bird something that he doesn't want us to hear. What's the point? Who's going to judge her?
Exactly. If they judge you, they're not worth it.
Oh, 100%.
Dave Watson says, what's it like to meet him?
Yeah, it was good. I shook the wrong hand. It was one of them ones. Listen, Dave, I'm going to be honest with you. It was one of them ones where you do that, and then I had to sort of like, oh, you're right, mate. Flip it. Saved it though. No, it was lovely meeting him. It was lovely meeting him. He's a nice guy. I love meeting fans.
Well, there you go.
Listen, I love meeting people. I love talking to people. So it's all gravy.
It's all gravy. God, I've not heard that in a long time. What would you do you think Ben Rantz is here to stay, or do you think the real Ben will start to show a bit more?
Nah. Ben Rantz will always be here. And when there's a position, whenever there's something going on, Ben Rantz will be there. Because there's one thing that people need to know about social media. When you turn it into your job and you turn shit like that in there, you need to have a front. There's reasons why. Yes, I'm all about being yourself, but I'm talking about outside. Yeah. I'm talking about, like, when people see me live during the week and whatever, that's me. Like, there's sometimes Ben Rantz comes out, like, in the videos and stuff, but people have got to realise is that Ben Rantz makes money, and Ben Rantz is a character because the reason is characters sell. But there's a reason why people play other people in parts, because they've got a guard and they don't want people to rip the shit out of them, because you're in a cruel, nasty world.
Yeah.
There's a cruel, nasty world, and there's a difference between sitting on live every day to 100 people watching you, to being around your mates who know what you like, know you're a bit of a prick, and they sit there and go, knob. But people, you've got to have a guard up, because they will always judge. There will always be a book to judge.
Yeah. And how do you deal with, obviously I've seen like your videos of replies to trolls and things like that. Has there been anyone that's ever really sort of got to you where you thought, that's enough now? Or did you just take them all?
There was one. But the way, there was one that said about me nan and granddad, like, what would your nan and granddad think about what you're doing right now? And all I was doing was calling someone a cunt, basically. I was having a rant. Did you fuck up your nan and granddad's inheritance by losing your business? That was the best one. The thing that how I look at it and what's happened to me in my past, if you've been hurt by someone you fucking love to pieces and they've shit all over you, and that's the biggest heartbreak you've had, someone calling you a name for a screen ain't half as bad as someone you actually love fucking hurting you.
Yeah.
So the reason I look at it, I think, like, you don't even fucking know me. Like, I don't care. I ain't going to see you walking down the street. I may do, but you ain't going to do that to my face, because you're going to shit yourself. There's been people that, like, I don't like, will sit there and suck my arsehole because of where I am now. But they're the people that at the start was mugging me off.
Yeah.
So
I think you'd make it.
Yeah, it's the same as people that the best one was when people were saying at school, like when I moved away to college, they said, "Oh, you're a tryer, this, that, and the other." I played for England. They were the people that were messaging me, and one of my messages back to one of them was, "Thank you. You've done this because you're the one who took the piss out of me to make me get where I am. So thank you." So
do you ever remember people like that, or like do you ever see them and think, look where you are?
Like, I literally distance myself away from it, like, so much. Like, if we're out, I wouldn't even go to the place that they are. Like, if they're in a place, I'd leave. They used to be people I used to walk around in school thinking I was the fucking bollocks with. Now I wouldn't even shit on them if they were on fire. I'd be runny.
Yes. So what's DJ Dark Fruits?
Who's DJ Dark Fruits?
Mm-hmm.
He's the best DJ on TikTok.
Is that a biased opinion, or is that
is opinion of 70,000 people?
Where did that come from? Where did DJ Dark Fruits come from?
That was Sarah Beecham. Sarah Beecham was sort of I think I was doing it as a joke. I think I was doing it as a joke to Sarah and Hollie on like a house party.
Mm-hmm.
I look at my garage, because we were proper garages. Like, whenever there was a song, me and Beach used to message each other and go like this, that, and the other. We just go insane, like, all of that, and start garage MCing and stuff. And then it just sort of went there. She brought me a smoke machine. Hollie brought me some lights, and then it just went a bit crazy.
Do you still do that?
Sometimes. I mean, I don't have as much time now. We're out of lockdown, so.
Someone said, Stacey said, bring back DJ Dark Fruits.
I'd love to if I had the time, but everyone knows how busy I am. It's nuts. I'll shoot in a minute. So, is there any more questions?
Just one more.
Go on.
Wizard of Oz in Australian, please.
Oh, fuck!
Come on, Ben. We're friends now. We can do this.
Basically, I said, see it fucking staring at me. You put me on the spot now. It was like, good night. You fucking. I obviously didn't swear. But... good night, mate. Were you fucking crossing my path and stuff like that? I was like, I can't do it. I'm going red. I'm embarrassed. Bro, because people are going to fucking... If I wake up tomorrow and there's screen recordings of that, whoever that is, blocked. Oh God!
Oh my God, I don't know whether you should be more embarrassed about the shit story or that.
Don't fucking don't. Right, Lynn, love you, my darling.
It's been a pleasure. Thank you very much for taking the time out.
Love any time. Right, listen, people. I'll see you all later. It's been your boy. I'll jump in Lynn's live after, so you can all drop me a follow.
They've got you. Don't worry. They've got you.
Yeah, good. Right, listen, Lynn. Love you loads, darling.
Thank you. Stay safe.
You too.
Oh, amazing. Absolutely amazing. Oh, never laughed so much at one person. Really haven't. Well, I'm sorry if I missed anyone's questions. It was just going really, really quick. So I do apologise. Thank you all for being here. It was absolutely amazing. Where are we? Yeah, so the Stay Nelson merch is in Ben's bio. What a nice guy. Like, seriously. What a nice bloke. Hi Dave, yeah, I'm very well, thank you. Very well. So yeah, I do apologise if I missed anyone's questions. I'm sorry, I tried to keep up. Is there anything else I need to let you all know? Can't remember. Mickey, Steph, help me. He you know when you see people and they have a persona online and that's all you get to see, you think, oh, you know, they're going to be like this, they're going to be like that. But even just talking to him for a little bit on Thursday, my impressions, like, they changed instantly. He put me at ease straight away, and so did Paul. You know, I've not laughed so much doing one of these. So it was amazing. Yeah, so next Saturday we've got Mickey's Army doing live challenges with Emma. And then on the Sunday we've got our Steph's Q&A. I think that's all. Ben, thank you for being here. Amazing. I think my heart's starting to go back to normal now. So is there anything else that I've forgotten? Steph, what time are we starting on Saturday? Thanks, Hollie. Thanks, Simi. Thanks. Thank you. I really appreciate it. Really appreciate it. Yeah, Poppy. Quizzes are gonna come back. Not this weekend. I'm thinking next weekend. Just for the simple fact that this weekend coming, we've got a lot going on. Might be able to fit one in midweek, but I'm not sure. Oh, Shell. It was all Ben. Literally all Ben. And thanks, Mickey, for asking about the short story. Oh, God. Yeah, we're going to be posting videos throughout the week to keep you up to date. I think that's it. Yeah, I will do, Mickey. Thanks, Bex. He was amazing. Like, completely different to what people see. So I'll be back with you in a sec. No, we try and go live on a Saturday as well. So it's usually the weekend. We're going to try and get in a few midweek ones. I've taken everyone off as mods. That I've only got Mickey's Army team. Oh, absolutely amazing. Couldn't have asked for it to go any better. Even if the start, he did go to the toilet. So, is that it? I don't know if I should leave. Yeah. Yeah. Just trying to think. Don't, Mickey, seriously. The joys of IBS. We might actually be able to do a live Thursday. But don't quote me on that, I'm not sure yet. Mickey, are you going to draw me quickly? Tell me how amazing I am. God, my eyes are watering. Oh my God, the Hoover story. Who would have thought? As if it's like an initiation. Is that the word? Oh, I've got pain in my shoulder. You're always a state, Mickey. Look, please, Mickey, just for 5 minutes. Yeah, me and Steph are in talks of doing a morning live at some point. But it'd have to be early. Come on, Mickey. Come on. Say please. Go on then. Oh my God, you weren't kidding, were you?
No, I wasn't. I've just said that, and my son's just shit himself. Like, what the fuck's going on? Alright, you gotta. Yeah. That was great. I fucking loved that. Sat here fucking wetting myself laughing most of it. So yeah. No, I am a state after last night. I had a few sherbets to celebrate the eldest one's birthday.
Why not? Did she have a good time?
Yeah, she had a brilliant time. She had a few mates over and stuff like that. And me being the fantastic parent that I am, was trying to feed her lots of alcohol.
Of course.
Of course, it was her 18th. You know what I mean? Shut up, you go to bed.
Bless. Oh, bless
yeah.
her. That's good.
Yeah,
So thank you for being mod. I appreciate it.
She can hear you.
Oh, thank you.
Welcome. More than welcome.
Oh, it has been a good night, to be fair.
Yeah.
No, we've got a lot of stuff in the line, like in the background as well, haven't we? Like, you know, obviously where I do my coffee mornings on my personal page, we've been talking about putting him onto the onto Mickey's Army, as well as videos every morning that Ben's going to be doing, videos on an evening that Steph's going to be doing.
He's not Ben Rantz, by the way.
Yeah, sorry, Public Blaze. Thank you, Paula. Yeah, we've got a lot of stuff going on ourselves. For those of you who have only just sort of come into our live tonight to sort of be there for Ben Rantz's live, which is always, you know, Yeah, of course, there's no pressure. You just need to get them done now. Do you know what I mean, Steph? You know what I mean? But yeah, we've got a lot of stuff going on ourselves as well, which is all nice. I mean, we do a quiz as every so often, and with quizzes, they're normally quite good fun. Everybody gets involved in those. We're looking into sort of guesting people in the future, aren't we, Lynn, to bring people on and go up against one of the Mickey's Army team members. But that's something that who you've just brought in. Oh, Shell. Hi, Shell.
Hey.
I didn't want you to feel bad.
You see what, everybody? This is what I have to put up with. I get told I look like a right state, and then Shell comes on and helps me out by doing her hair the same way. You want to say hello quickly?
Hello.
Right, now give me a
Hello.
kiss.
Oh, she looks
Right.
so much like her mum.
Doesn't she though?
Right. Mwah, golly. Not supposed to be on lives.
Still, even with your hair a bit crazy, you still look better than Mickey.
Oh, come. I had my hat on. I took it off, and this is what was happening.
It looks styled though.
I tell you, I look like I have more hair than I actually do today, so I'm not going to complain.
Serious bedhead.
It's the curls.
Yeah, I do like your hair, Shell. You should do that as a new hairstyle. Make it a craze.
Okay, I'll be a trendsetter.
Oh, thank you for popping in, Paula. Much appreciated.
All right, Paula. Thanks very much, darling. It's been a pleasure. But yeah, so that's pretty much everything really. So what we've got Saturday next week, we've got the fundraiser for sarcoma. Then Sunday, Steph's Q&A being asked by Shell.
Yep.
There, I believe. And then the following week, what's happening the following weekend on the Saturday?
The Saturday is a quiz, I believe.
Right. And then
We
the Sunday.
The girls quiz. We weren't able to do the girls' quiz.
Yeah, we were. Yeah, so it'll probably be the girls' quiz.
Right. Okay. And then the Sunday we've got a special guest with Drew.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. There you go, girls and boys. That's the next 2 weekends that you've got. I'm going to shoot off and leave you two beauties to it. And I'll speak to you all soon. What did you say, Shell?
I said, I'm not going to stay here on my own. You're braver than me. I'm off too.
Me too.
Thanks very much, Hot and Tasty. It's a trend that me and Shell are trying to start.
Yeah, keep it in the family.
Yeah, it's probably going to be that way anyway. Right, I'll speak to you soon. Love you.
Thank you for being there.
Bye, guys.
Bye.
Bye.
Steph says, Shell, stay. Why?
Is she requesting? There we go. No, Sharon, thank you for popping on.
Night, Sharon.
Hey,
You didn't-
Steph.
Hello. Well done. You did brilliant on that live.
Thank
Yeah, you really did. You get so nervous at the beginning, but you handle it like a pro every time.
I don't know why I'm so nervous on all of them. You think I'd be used to them by now?
Well, it's good to have nerves. Keeps you on your toes.
True. Let me know you're alive.
Yeah, so we did that. I think we hit, what was it, 80, 85 at one point?
Yeah,
Mhm.
we did. We've done well.
What a live.
It
He's
was
such a
pretty
nice bloke. Such a nice bloke.
Mm.
Were we in for just an hour?
Mm-hmm.
Really? Wow. Because it went by really fast.
It
Yeah, we
did.
did.
It did. Yeah, but I think the questions were obviously coming through, which was good, and I got to ask him what I wanted, so that was good.
Yeah, there were questions that we missed, but that's okay because it was going really fast.
It was,
So-
and I tried to jot a few down, in my scribble.
Yeah.
But yeah, I couldn't keep up half the time. I got like
Now we know.
and I was like, oh god,
Can't keep up with that and the chat.
yeah. But no, really good, really good. I'm very pleased
So,
with
yeah.
how it went.
No, it was really, really good. So,
Yeah.
and it'll be
Appreciate
the
you
three
all
of us. Be the three of us doing the quiz. Wanna...
being there. Oh,
This is
yeah.
gonna be
Who's the quiz master?
me.
No one was muted, Mickey. Not one.
No.
Nope.
Not one.
Nope. Everybody was wonderful.
Yeah.
Yeah,
So
everyone's
much.
really positive.
Yeah, all saying how much they loved him, and yeah, not one person was muted. Yeah, I was to be fair, I was surprised.
Really?
I was very surprised. I thought we were going to get one. Yeah.
Yeah, we didn't. I was looking too. There were absolutely 0 trolls, which is awesome.
Yeah, I think because like when you think someone like who obviously has got quite a big account and they obviously get comments and stuff on their videos regularly. Is that regularly? Is that the right word?
Yes, I think.
Yeah. I expected to have at least one troll come in and be like spouting off, but no, not one.
Oh, for the amount of people in there, there's usually a lot more trolls. So
Yeah.
I'm quite surprised with that.
Yeah. So pleased. I know I saw someone come in and ask why Ben's comments were off. But obviously Ben was talking, so I didn't want to interrupt, but I think you all answered him anyway.
Yeah.
No. Fantastic live. Well happy.
I think you got everybody was laughing.
Saved you. I saved you.
I was just like, where are we going?
You don't want to go down there, trust me. You don't want to end up down there. Oh, boy. Did you? Because no banner come up across.
What?
Oh, yeah. Yeah, we did what?
Oh, the mute.
Which one got muted?
I don't. No, there's no muted accounts on here. Not one.
Mm.
Nope. Nope. Hey, Mark, how you doing?
Hey, Mark.
Hey, Mark.
Now I need to put together loads of videos. I was planning to do it today, but I just had a friend leave literally 10 minutes before the live started. So I'm just like,
Whoops.
I have a ton of them I have to do too.
Reese, she was while the live was going. She was a mod.
I'm just trying to think themes for videos that might be worth doing, like a poll or something.
Yeah, get something out there. Did you do the thing that I said about in the thing and the thing?
The thing and the thing.
That no, my brain isn't quick enough for that today, Len. My memory is short. It's
Well,
Sunday.
then that should have made perfect sense to you.
Yeah, exactly. You're my memory.
Sorry, memory is out of order on a Sunday. I don't work on a Sunday. It's my day off.
The thing in the group about the trouble with the inbox, and I put what to do.
I think
What,
I
the
know.
message?
Yeah.
Yeah, I'd done that.
Seashell. She doesn't know what we know that she knows that we know they know.
No, that's just confused me.
Talking about me because I know what you're talking about.
Exactly, but Steph doesn't know that we know that she knows that we know that they don't know.
But she started it.
Exactly, but she still does. She has no idea. Steph
It's
just
Sunday.
like, what?
She checked out.
It's
The
Sunday.
inside-
I check out on a Sunday. It's a day of rest, okay?
Oh, Jesus. Okay, well. What? I might go and eat a boiled egg.
You know the after effects of that.
No, I'm alright with eggs.
Sounds like, well, good for you.
Yeah, exactly. Lucky.
Yeah, but you keep your eggs in the fridge, don't you?
Yeah. You don't?
No. Our supermarkets don't either.
What?
But then,
That's why they don't last a long time.
yeah, but then how do your eggs last for months at a time? That's one thing I don't get.
We buy them refrigerated and we keep them refrigerated.
Are they injected with stuff?
No, because then it would leak out.
Superhuman eggs.
God. I don't know. I'll look it up. I'll look it up and send it to you.
Yeah, we need to figure this out because I just don't understand how just by putting it in the fridge it makes it last for months at a time.
Well, if you have leftovers and you leave them on the counter overnight, are they going to be good in the morning?
No, I get that, but that's cooked food.
Yeah, but still. You keep things in the fridge and it lasts longer.
It's not like 6 months.
And this is Mickey's army brain teaser.
Why does it last longer in the fridge?
Yes. That's why fridges were made.
No, it's for your milk.
But then even in the Middle East where we had to put eggs in the fridge because it was just too hot to keep them out, even then they were only for a few weeks, not months.
I don't know. I'll have to look it up.
So how long
I know.
before-
Maybe it was
Can't believe
the gal who told me that raised her own chickens, so they were organic. I don't know. I have no idea.
Hmm.
I just told you what I was told. I can try to
you
prove
put
it for
bread in the fridge.
Why
Pardon
do
me?
you put bread in the fridge?
Mickey
Why do I
puts his
put
bread in the fridge. Mickey puts his
Ew.
bread in the fridge.
I
Oh,
mean,
yeah.
I understand putting it in the freezer because
Yeah.
then you can just save it and then defrost it and use it, but fridge?
Yeah, it lasts longer.
In the fridge. Who puts
Yeah.
bread in the fridge?
Yeah. Yep.
I must be on a different planet. Where do you put like your condiments, like your tomato ketchup, your mayonnaise, that kind of stuff?
In the fridge.
Fridge. Well, that is unbelievable.
After you've opened your condiments, you leave them out.
Oh no, I put them in the fridge.
Okay. But before you open them, they're not in the fridge.
Yeah, they are. I put them straight in the fridge as soon as I buy them.
Not me. They go on a shelf.
What about your beans? Your tins of beans?
In the
They-
cupboard.
Yeah.
Mine are in the fridge. No, mine are in the fridge.
Why
Before
do
you
you put them in the fridge?
Yeah, they're in
So
the
what
fridge.
freaking out about the bread then?
Canned food goes in the cupboard.
Yeah, they're in a nice little line in the fridge.
Why do you put beans in the fridge? Please tell me there's someone else.
Because they
Shut,
stay full.
shush, Mickey. That is when I haven't had my coffee in like on a couple of hours sleep. Thank you very much, and my brain isn't functioning.
Hey, I've been known to do that too. I've looked all over the house for my remote and set it in there after I grabbed the milk.
What's that? What's the? May I request to come on and ask something? Depends.
I'll pop off. Come on,
I like sounds like my out. Yes.
Yeah.
something. See ya.
I like it. I'm waiting for her to do the Queen's wave.
Yeah.
Background.
Very regal.
Bye, girls.
Bye.
Bye. See you in a bit. Mickey, I'm sure you've ended up putting stuff in the fridge by accident. So don't come at me with that.
You can request now if you like. Oh dear.
Mm-mm. Coming from Lord Dory, I highly doubt that.
Oh, there we go.
Here we go.
Hey.
Oh, hello,
Hey.
how are you?
I'm very well. How are you?
I'm not too bad.
Good.
There's two things I wanted to ask you.
Okay.
Can I follow you first?
Of course.
Of course.
Yeah, of course. Do we follow you? Let's have a look. No, we'll follow you now. Yeah, we're following each other now.
Can I follow the one at the bottom, Steph?
Yeah, you can follow me and I'll give you a follow back, hon. There we go. Giving you a follow.
I've done it.
Yay, thank you. I've given you a follow too.
I was on here, and I was listening to Ben and all that, and I love him so much, bless him.
He's
He's done a
amazing.
lot in his life for such a young age, and he's an inspiration to a lot of people.
He is very much so.
But when he said, I mean, probably a lot of people have read my comment. I know Mickey has, and basically, you know the game he was playing about, talking about drinking his own wheat and stuff.
Mhm.
Well, I got bullied at school, and one of the things that I got asked was if I wanted to make friends, I had to drink my own wheat if I wanted to make friends. And obviously at the time, I didn't understand. I've got Asperger's and learning difficulties, so I wasn't understand what was going on. All I wanted was friends. I wasn't very popular at all. I was that kid that always people like made fun of me and they laughed at me and said, "Oh, that's a weird kid. I don't want to be friends with her." So that's just what I wanted to say. You know, when Ben said that, it took me back to that day, and I got bullied a lot.
I'm sorry.
One of those times was I got asked to drink my own wee. I was going to a foreign languages, or was it maths class? I can't remember. I went to the toilet, and as I came out of the cubicle, a girl called Claire, she came into the toilet with me. She came into the toilet and waited for me, pushed me back into the cubicle and put my head down the toilet. Another time I went up the NFL. This was all at mainstream school. I went to a special needs school before. Another time I went up the stairs to history lesson and I got spat in the face. And I was coming out of IT before, and there was this group of girls that decided, you know, because I was a weird kid, they decided to put me in the trash can.
That's awful.
You know those bins you get outside classrooms? They put me in there. They actually picked me up and put me in there. And I got locked in one of the garages or one of the big space that they have at school. Got locked in there as well.
Oh, I'm sorry that you had to go through that, hon. That must have been really tough.
It was. It was.
Did you have anyone to talk to at the time?
I just came home crying to my parents every night. It was my choice to leave the special needs school because I wanted to mix with mainstream people. And the head teacher said to me, you know, the door's always open if your daughter ever wants to return. and I spent 2 years at mainstream school and returned back to my special needs school in time for my GCSEs, and I never really got many GCSEs anyway. But that's all I wanted to say, you know. I got bullied a lot, and it wasn't very nice.
It
And
wasn't.
I think
I mean,
that's
I can
probably
understand where
part of
you're
the
coming
reason,
from.
that's probably part of the reason why I suffer with anxiety, because I went through all that and I hid it all. I bottled it up and didn't talk to anybody, and I felt like nobody understood. So the only thing I could do was keep it to myself, keep myself to myself, and hopefully it would go away.
No,
I mean,
it's so good that.
all I wanted was friends.
Well,
And
I can say now you've got Mickey's Army as friends now,
Exactly. You got a
and
massive group behind you here.
we really, really appreciate you telling your story, because it's such a hard thing to talk about, to know that you've gone through that, especially when you've been bullied. You think if you tell your story, people are gonna think the same, or they're gonna be horrible to you. But this is a safe place, if you like. We are never gonna judge you. We are now your friends, okay? And if you ever need to talk to us about anything, our inbox is always open. And
And you're
like I
really
said,
brave at sharing your story as well. I mean, it's a massive step to take, and we appreciate your bravery, and we're proud of you.
cannot
thank
thank
you.
you enough.
Nobody else knows about it. I mean, with people from TikTok, I haven't told anybody. But when I heard Ben's story about him playing a game about that, it just took me back, and I thought, I want to, I want to tell her what happened.
You're the fact that you've come out the other side as well. You may not be over it. It may still play on your mind, but you survived those years, and you should be so proud of yourself, because it takes a strong person. As much as it's hurting inside, it takes a strong person to do that. And just talking to you for the few minutes that we have, I've got this overwhelming sense of pride. Like, I'm so proud of you. So proud of you. And you should
Definitely.
be proud of yourself too.
It's not about being proud or bravery, it's trying to get through it. And all I ever wanted was friends. You know, I wasn't very popular. I didn't have friends. And there was a popular kid in my school that was my best friend that I've known for like 34 years. She was more popular than I am. And everyone that was around her, they hated me. And everyone was around her. And I kept thinking to myself, well, what's wrong with me? What have I done? And there are times, I will tell you now, because I think I should warn people about this. There will be times that I say and do things that I don't mean. I really don't mean them. And that's what makes people walk away. And I don't realise I've done it until the damage is done. And then I sit there one thinking, what have I ever done? And it's just too late. By then it's too little too late.
I can tell you now, every person that's watching has said or done something that they've regretted. We all do it, and I can tell you now, I've done it. I still do it all the time.
We all do. We all end up having that same situation where we end up putting our foot in our mouths, but then when it comes down to it, the people that take the time to understand where you're coming from or whatever situation you're in, how it's affected you, they're the ones that are worth keeping around at the end of the day.
Exactly, Bex. We're all human, and like I said, every single person that's watching, if they say they haven't said something or done something they regret, they're lying, because we all do it. We all do it, and you shouldn't feel bad about that. See, look, Shell, she does it all the time. You know, loads of people do it, and you shouldn't be judged for that.
I mean, I regret a lot of things in my life, and I wish that it never happened. I honestly wish it had never happened, but it did, and I've got to live with that now for the rest of my life, whether I like it or not, and whether I make new friends or not, it's still going to be there, but at the
But
back of my mind.
in that situation, you've got to. It's easy for me to say, but I have been there. You have to think, right, that is in the past. I'm going to learn from that, and I'm going to become a better person for it. You know,
It's all about changing your perspective on how you think about it. I mean, coming from my side, for example, I was bullied as a kid as well. But the thing is, kind of looking back at it, it takes time to kind of work through it, 'cause especially if you've been bottling up for so long, it causes, as you said, the anxiety and everything like that. It's only until you actually start talking about it and deal with it in such a way where you're able to process those emotions that you'll start allowing it to have less and less power and emotions over you. It's when you start talking and opening up about it and then realizing, actually, right, bullying was in the past, and yes, it was really hard, but at the end of the day, it's made me a stronger person and someone that I know I can be proud and be brave about myself. So it's all about kind of changing that mindset. I know by me saying it, it's quite easy. It sounds easy, but it's not, and it takes a lot of steps, and there may be a few maybe times where you'll take a couple of steps forward and one step back, but if you keep at it and have the will to want to kind of allow yourself to get over it and let go of that anger and the anxiety and like the sadness of your past, it feels so much better. It is hard work. Take it for me, I've gone through a bit of a self journey as well, but it is worth it in the end if you just keep at it and wanting to aim to be the person that you want to be in your future and to be whatever you want, kind of thing. Sorry if I'm not making any sense Sunday evening. But if that kind of makes sense to you, it's all about, don't concentrate on the past and don't live in the past. Aim to what you want to be in the future, and then currently in like your present, just work on yourself and aim for what you want and letting go of those emotions and stop giving it power.
There is an aim that I want to achieve, because I've never achieved anything in my life. I've achieved very little, and this whole TikTok journey started last year when first lockdown, and it first started off as boredom because I didn't know what to do and I couldn't go out and I couldn't do the stuff I enjoyed. And I got asked so many times to download TikTok, and I said no, I'm not doing it. And then it was last year I downloaded it, and then it started off at boredom, and then it turned into fun. And then I thought, hang on a minute, there are people out there that are suffering with mental health and anxiety, and I want to try and help. Even though I'm suffering myself, I want to do something about it as well. So I built my own website, and now I want to get like hoodies printed for mental health. I've got a support dog called Teddy. He's my emotional support dog. And all I've got to do now is just get the hoodies printed, and I've chosen who I want printed it by, and that's by, Ben and his family.
Yeah. That's an amazing goal to have. It really is. And to be able to do that, you have to, I think in a way you've got to not come to terms, I don't think that's the right word, but you have to embrace what's happened to you. Does that make sense? So to help others, you need to be able to be, oh God, Steph, what's the word?
Strong?
Yeah, and you have to be able to know that your past is part of you.
Exactly, it makes you who you are.
Yeah, and how you deal with that is how you can help others. And I think you'll be great at it. I really do.
I hope so. I've never achieved anything in life, really, apart from achieving, like, having a boyfriend that really, really loved me, having the family that loved me, you know, and they bought me a dog because of the way I am. You know, I admire my family a lot, and my brother and sister for who they are and what they've become and what they're going to be. And sometimes I sit there and I'm wishing I wish I was like them, but that's never going to happen because of my disabilities. Never going to happen.
Don't compare yourself to other people. You are you, and you're an amazing person. Granted,
I'm
you're not
not.
going to be. You are.
You are.
Granted, you're not going to be like the other them, like in your family, but you're you. Build on you. Make people want to be like you. People look up to you.
I've never had
compare
people look
for
up
it.
to me.
I compare myself to everybody. I'm the worst person for it. But you've got to, like I get told all the time, I'm me. If you want to be like everyone else, it'd just be boring. You need to embrace yourself. And from what you've told us, you've gone through some tough times, but you are amazing.
I mean, if I didn't have these disabilities, I wouldn't be who I am today. And I'm so
Exactly.
proud for having them. I don't know any different anyway. So I was
Exactly.
born with it.
Exactly. And to have a disability or a mental health issue or even having a past, it makes you who you are. And like Mickey said, you've just got to take each day at a time. But each day it's going to get better, and each day you're going to be like, I love myself. And
I mean, that's part of the journey. That's
yeah,
part of the journey. It's just to learn to love and like yourself and be okay with your uniqueness, because everyone's unique, everyone in their own, you know, kind of way. And it's so important to remember that's okay that I'm different from other people. You know, this is me.
And Shell just said you're clearly stronger now because look what you've done. You've came to us and you've told us about your story. That makes you a strong person.
I don't think I would have been able to if it wasn't for Ben saying he had a game to do with we. I don't think I would have been able to.
But then that's this is day one of, like Mickey said, taking each day like one day at a time. Today is that day you've been given that, not the push, like a boost to tell your story. And who knows, tomorrow you might think, do you know what, I'm going to go to the I don't know, shops on my own, for example, or you know, this is just the start now.
And you'll slowly kind of build your confidence up. The more kind of, I guess, comfortable you come within yourself, your more confidence will kind of radiate out and people will see that. And it's an amazing kind of journey. It's work, but you'll get there step at a time. And all of us here at Mickey's Armour are happy to have a chat to you. And if you ever wanted to talk to one of us, we're always here to listen and, you know, well, not give you advice, but we can always give you kind of little, I guess, stories from our side as well, what we've all been through, because all of us are very unique and very different in the kind of upbringings we've had and the experiences we've had, and which is why we're kind of trying to start sharing it with the wider kind of TikTok and everything, to kind of put ourselves out there for other people, I guess, to relate to. So
I mean,
you've got
I forgot what was I going to say now. I was always all about building people up and giving them hope and confidence and that. And that's why I liked the Stay Nelson group. And now, looking back on that and being a part of that, it's amazing because it's given me that little bit more confidence that I never thought I had. But it's still not as strong as I would like it to be.
But you will get there. You will get there. Do you know what? There used to be a time when like, because of I hate the way I look, for like my size, everything. I hate it.
Oh, so do I.
There used to be a time when I was with my ex-partner, we'd go to a pub and I'd go in with my coat wrapped around me. I'd walk behind him with my head down. And I thought, this is me now. Now, I'm the first person to walk in. I hold my head up, my shoulders back. And I never thought I'd get there. But you do. And it's about having that support. And if I hadn't have had my family, I wouldn't be here now. And if I didn't have Mickey's Army, I certainly wouldn't be here telling my story. So don't ever write yourself off and say, I'm never going to get the confidence, or I'm never going to be able to do this. You can do it. If I can do it, you certainly can do it. 100% you can do it.
I mean, not every night, but every other night I come onto TikTok and I just dance the night away and have fun and build people's confidence and make them laugh and happy and all that. But deep inside, behind all of this, it's not me. This is just the front. Deep down, I scream almost all the time. And people don't see that side.
But this is when you need to start breaking down those walls and letting people in, talking to people. Because there's only a select few people that I've ever spoken to about my stuff. And exactly like Chris says, we all wear a mask. Everyone puts on a front. But it's breaking down that front and letting people in. Talking about it helps. And I know everyone says it, but it really does.
It really does.
It really does. And yeah, the more you talk about it, the easier it becomes. 100%.
I just wanted to share that with you because of what Ben said, and I thought, you know what? She's such a lovely lady that I feel like I want to tell her. I feel like I don't know her. I've never met her. She's never been in my lives or anything. We don't follow each other, but I feel like I can tell her about it.
Oh my God. That you don't understand how much that means to me. That's God. Don't.
You got her going happy tears now.
Oh my God.
I'm sorry.
No, don't apologise. Don't apologise, honestly.
It means a lot.
But I just felt, I'm watching Ben's live. She seems a lovely lady. We don't follow each other. We've never met each other or anything. But I want to tell her. And I've not told anybody else apart from you. You're the first person, and whoever else is watching. You're the first person I've told on TikTok.
I really do appreciate that. You have no idea how much that means to me. Talk to a stranger than when it's someone. Exactly, Chris. Yeah, talking to a stranger always helps. Oh, God.
Oh, thanks, Chris. Take care, Chris. Have a good evening. But yeah, no, it is. I mean, sometimes it's easier to kind of talk to strangers, especially if you feel connected to them in some sort of way, because they're unbiased. They don't know any kind of story or friends around you or any parts of your background, so they can be very unbiased. And having someone that you can potentially just open up to and be vulnerable to just helps, kind of thing, because it feels you can get it off your chest and you can express those emotions.
I mean, it feels nice being a part of something now, whereas before I wasn't part of anything. It was just me, myself, and I wanted to keep everything to myself. And when I started meeting Ben and Cheryl and Grace and Jackie and all them from Stay Nelson, it was as if I was a part of something. I mean, yes, I follow Cole and Abby, I follow Dan Spragger, but they don't follow me back. But it's nice to know that I can be a part of them. being a part of them and seeing their life story. And it just makes me happy. It's like their stories make me happy. And if it makes me happy, then I'm okay. I don't need them to follow me back. Because I'm not about the followers, I'm not about the numbers. I just want friends. That might sound really desperate, but
Not at
It
all.
doesn't whatsoever. I'd rather make friends than followers, to be honest, because friends is what's more meaningful, and they're the ones that'll be there for you at the end of the day. I mean, I've met some amazing people through TikTok. That's how I ended up joining Mickey's Army, was because I came across Mickey's live one day, and from there we talked, and then met Shell and Lynn and everyone, and I've created a great kind of friends circle now, just through TikTok. So it's great.
I've never come across Mixed Army. This is the first time.
See, you're meant to meet us today.
And, you know, when they said that Ben was coming on at 7:30, and because I was part of them, I just thought, you know what? I'm going to jump on and I'm going to listen to him and everything. And that's how I come across you lot.
Well, you're stuck with us now, I'm afraid.
Exactly.
I don't mind.
We're all probably following you by now.
As long as I don't become unstuck from the people that I've met on TikTok, then I'm fine.
Exactly.
No, definitely not. Yeah. What an evening it's been.
It's been a bit of a roller coaster, hasn't it?
Yes. What is your name, by the way? I'm Lynn.
I'm Hollie.
Nice to meet you, Hollie. That's Steph.
Nice to meet you, Hollie.
Hi, Steph.
I don't know if you can see the comments, but in the comments there's Mickey. He is the founder of Mickey's Army. Mickey, are you still here? Can you wave? Then there's Shell. She's also part of Mickey's Army. So we're all here to support each other. There he is. So we're all here to support each other. 100%.
So what's Mickey's Army all about? What's it about?
We are just literally a group of people. We haven't got any qualifications or anything like that, but we're what you call, would you say, listening ear or listening post? So people that have got any problems that they want to talk about, we can listen. You know, we're just here to. I don't know. It's so difficult to try and explain because
it's basically we're basically a talking post. So as if anyone's kind of going through any kind of issues or just want someone to kind of talk to, or lonely, anything really, or need a shoulder to kind of lean on, that's what we're doing as a team. So Mickey and Lynn have kind of created Mickey's Army, where there's a website that we've created where you can get in touch with us via email, and then we can have conversations back and forth, even if it's just about the weather, or you just want to kind of get to know us and just have someone to kind of talk to. That's what we've kind of been brought about, and that's what Mickey and Lynn have been doing, kind of building a family. And then also all our kind of followers are amazing as well, and they've created a massive friend community as well. We're all very supportive of one another and got an amazing group of people behind us. So yeah, it's kind of a sense of community is what we're trying to create.
Laura's she said, I've got you, she'll be your friend.
I think Beck said the same thing as well.
Did she? I didn't see that.
I'm gonna add them. I'm gonna add all these people back.
Yeah, Bex is following you too, and they're all just extensions of Mickey's Army, and they will support you.
They really will. Everyone's always very positive and supportive in our lives.
Yeah, 100%.
I am following. I just don't know if it's doing it back.